Welcome to the Soccer Day preview show. This week, glad to come back with another podcast show. As I have a lot of news to go through. This week, I'm making a kind of a video here. I'm making it through video. So I have the papers open, ready to go. The news of the day and the various other things. So the first story then that was on the news then was as follows. It just said, on the Irish Independent News, I was just looking at the main news on that as it's come in the press. It just says, as I've tried it, it just says highly proclaimed the mix-up of Irishmen remains led to wrong body being cremated, says US authorities. So that story then, authorities in the US have said due to a mix-up of the autopsies of two Irish nationals, it is highly probable the wrong body was cremated. So the pair who lived together in Pinless Park consumed drugs laced in frankly after one of the two men had purchased the drugs the day before they died. Luke Kumsky, 31, and Kane Mitchell, 30, both from Dublin, died of poisoning on April the 22. Now I don't know if that's on the news earlier on, but that's the news then. That's on the front page, the main article, and there's quite a good bit of thing on it, and then it just says the latest soccer. There's latest news on the soccer. Mikey Johnson scores another wonder goal as West Brom close in on playoff. What that story then is saying there was a match there tonight. West Brom moved 7 points clear of the Sky Best champion playoff, chasing packs thanks to a narrow 2-win over rivals Coventry. So that was the result then. And Damien Duff Shells go giant top with hard-fought victory in Sligo. There was a good few matches postponed there due to the weather. Galway dig deep as Hurley completes 5-pack against Waterford. Galway won as well 2-1 in the soccer. And then President Michael Higgins remains in hospital after weekends for monitoring. He felt unwell there. Michael D is to stay in hospital for the weekend. It has been confirmed. Mr. Higgins was taken to hospital in Dublin yesterday afternoon after feeling unwell and is still receiving treatment this evening. The head of state had a consultation with specialists today and was told he could be discharged but would like to continue to monitor his blood pressure for a little while. The president is acquaintance and will remain under observation for the weekend. So then that's the main news then on that. Now I was just going to go, if I had the Bray People open, I had it open there earlier on. Main news then on that. I'll get the right one there. I have it there now. Right paper there. 28th of February, I think it is. Yeah, that's the right one. And then on the front page, it just says the main article then on the front page on the thing. If I can get it up. The main news then on this is greenlit live for Seafront Arcade. Just as iconic Victorian building set to be demolished. Plans to demolish a 160-year-old Victorian building and replace it with a 2-story children's amusement arcade at Bray Seafront have been approved by the board. With condition despite appeals. The building at 1 Melbourne Terrace Strand Road was most recently home to the popular Campo de Flora Italian restaurant, which closed in 2008. Permission was sought in March 2000 for the building to be demolished and replaced with an arcade by Bentley Leisure Limited. So that's the story then on that. And the businessman sent to prison, businessman and racecourse owner Conor Clarkson will be sent to jail after being found guilty by a jury of 4 charges related to forgery and the use of false instruments in connection with a land sale, I see. And that's on the front page. That's the main story there on the front page. And it just says inside more about the 160-year-old Victorian building to be demolished. to make way for Arcade, and that's the story. That's the top story on the Bray People there. For the main story, local station to be closed over weekend. That's the Ray station. They're doing work. Now, Councillor Anne Farris asks why government parties were as crowds protest Gaza violence. That story was the North Wicklow Against Genocide group, which held a demonstration at Black Line in Greystones, recently mounted a rally at Braytown Hall last Saturday to raise awareness about the opening Israel-Gaza conflict. The group said the rally was in response to calls from the Israel-Palestine Solidarity Campaign, which urged a day of local action in solidarity with the people of Gaza. So that's the story in the day. And then it just says more public needs say on plan for Ballywater. Councils call for input of community into proposals. Two Bray councillors have called on Bray Municipal District to share their vision for Ballywater Recreational Park to the views of the wider public. A proposal to put together a working group on the Ballywater Recreation Park master plan was backed by elected members in April 2022. And that's more about that story there. There's quite a few, good bit of reading there. Our local food project gets big support. IT recruitment from Ireland Recruitment has offered its support for Bray Area Partnership Food Cloud Programme via food project programme for free food to individual and family in need in the local area, as well as community groups working with people facing food poverty. And man who had 190 kk worth of drugs in a shed jailed. A man who had 197 worth of drugs in his garden shed jailed for 18 months due to the exceptional background circumstances of the case. Dublin Circuit Criminal Court head James McGinn of Coshcan, O'Connell Avenue. He has 4 previous convictions for the minor road traffic. So that's on the paper there. Passing sentence on Monday, John Martin Nolan said, again, I didn't incurred certain liabilities and was imposing upon to hold these drugs. So that's the article. There's always a story there about drugs. It's terrible there, but what this paper highlights anyway is drugs in Bray and the way it's gone. The guards are trying to do something about it. So a businessman, Clarkson, now facing prison sentence after being convicted of forgery. And I showed you a nice picture of him there in writing there. 3 Wicklow parents group teams up to look at smartphone ban for primary school. So they're trying to ban the phones there. And government cuts to scholar care is failure, said Brady. The Wicklow TD has a daughter who suffers from condition. Wicklow when his daughter has criticised the failure of 3 other Garden County TD support a recent Sinn Féin motion. The motion, which sets out how Sinn Féin, in cooperation with parents, advocates, and would implement change, saw children with scoliosis and their families protesting outside their families in the door. So that's the story then on that. If you want to read back on it, the Bray People, it's a good thing. And then it just says 482,000 in parking fines collected in Wicklow in 2023. A huge amount of fines. And Bray man jailed for cowardly nasty attack on tourists. 2 men who sat upon 2 American tourists in a cowardly, nasty and violent manner. The tourist twin brothers, aged 20, were walking home through Temple Bar in July when they were punch-kicked and stolen from them. And CC's footage of the assault was played in court. So that's another story then, if you want to read it there. And it makes you think, doesn't it? And I see Bray Bar put up on sale at 1.1 million. That was a Sullivan Bar on Castle Street in Bray is on the market for 1,100,000. So that's great. That's the massive value then on that. And I just go, HR form set to create 40 new jobs. SD Works will add jobs to current staff at its main office in Bray. A HR solution provider is to create 40 new jobs over the next 2 years in part of a 2.9 investment in its workforce at its headquarters in Bray. So that's the story. That was the top story, actually, I think, on the radio there one of today's. And Greystone parents march in demand action on shortage of school places. So there's a shortage of school places, according to this article there on the paper, and it shows you pictures there. And then she didn't, and then it's more about the story there, the missing woman they're never found, and this lady comes over every year. Missing 13-year-old Ezra Osman's sister still comes to Bray. She didn't take her own life. I just want answers from my mom. Bernie Fidden, whose sister Erson Us has been missing since 2011, says she never stopped looking for the truth. But what happened? Reports Tom Glavin. We have no evidence as to what actually happened, and we are praying that somebody will come forward. So it was on Crime Line and all this case. She went missing there. I think Bray was probably the last place, and she does be on the radio every year. So I just hope that she finds the person. It was a terrible story, and that's on page 12 and page 13. And then community notice board, which I'm going to go through that fairly quick. It was this Dublin Film Festival makes short trip to Bray. Dublin International Film Festival is presenting a curated program of Irish and international short films. So they're going to show you an Egyptian film, I Promise You, Paradise by Morris Mustafa, winner of the Golden Rail Audience Award. And Mayor Watts will feature as one of the 3 film strands of film. So there's a film festival there. So, and then just says, Wicklow TY student began second term as regional officer for Student Union. I'm not going to understand. And then there's an article, it says about the RNI celebrates 200th anniversary, a nod to the oldest lifeboat station in Ireland. Reporter Owen McRagna tells tales of bravery awards of rum and the pride of community as Arklow lifeboat station prepares for its own bicentenary. Crews were often put to sea with only the strength of their arms to row with, and general saying, brave on crew who saved 2 lives set to be honoured. But that's an article then on that. And then RNLI 150 celebrates an inspired crew now. He volunteers with that. So that then there's more. There's a good bit about RNLI and the paper there. And I just go quickly then straight to the other articles there that's in the paper. There's quite a good few articles there, so I'm just going to go skip some of them there. There's a good few. And the business support event set to take place during Local Enterprise Week. Small business and body will have the opportunity to sample a range of events aimed at helping them to start or grow their business and part of this year's Local Enterprise Week in Wicklow. And Wicklow Supplies produced 8 million worth of goods for Lidl. So that's good. AXA Insurance has have clients from New Bray office. AXA Insurance in Bray has relocated to their new close in Main Street after serving the region for half a century. So that's a story down on that. And then I began my real education at the National Gallery, says Bray-based Zurich Portrait Prize winner. And then Stars praise Glendalough and Happy Pear Cafe as Netflix to release new Lindsay Lohan movie. There's a new film with Lindsay Lohan in it. And then I go straight to the chef there that's on the paper, Edward Hayden. This week, Pura beef burgers with spicy tomato and chili salsa. So that's the main thing then on that. And then there's no, I was just going to go straight through now. Just says Wicklow Hub marks 2nd year of war. There was a somber atmosphere in the Ukraine hub in Wicklow town on Friday in remembrance of the 2nd anniversary of Russian invasion of Ukraine. There's no end to this war. It's still going on, I've said. And rescue dogs make good pets for their right homes. It just says Peter Wedderburn writes an article. Not all rescue dogs are suitable for every home. So what they're saying there is not to take the dogs if you don't think you're able to look after them, which is understandable. And then film stand, the main film stand on Monday. It's coming Monday. The Manners of King George is on 1994. That's on film 4. Mamma Mia, it's on Sunday. That's the original film. Pierce Brosnan singing. Close Encounters of the Third Kind. That was a good film. It was Richard Dreyfuss spots a UFO, but has hard times convincing the authorities to believe him, as the marriage falls apart. His obsession with mysterious structure in his living room sparks an epic quest. So I've seen that before. There's good effects in the Steven Spielberg's film. I think it was before E.T. and it makes you think. And then I'm just going now to see is there any car things on this. I have to go through it quick. As I'm saying there, I like the car reviews on the paper. They give you there's quite a good few things. So there's nothing about cars on it this week. And then Seagull surged to victory over 10 men Kerry. Merckson bagged sweet winner for Bray Wonders. Kerry was Kerry 2, Bray Wonders 3, and that was last week's match. The maddest night of Ian Ryan's career. There's a lot to be said for old-fashioned, straightforward 1-0 win, but Ryan didn't care how the sides end, the 3 points, and that's really happy with that result. And then there's a lot of soccer matches there on the paper, which I'm not going to go through now tonight, but there was awards, Athletic Awards, Athletic Wicklow Star Awards, Top Wicklow Athletics on as a Star Awards and Greystones. It just shows you pictures there, Bill Porter giving awards out, so the various. And then a wonderful day to honour Jim Connors Memorial Shield, which they played a hurling match. Jim Connors wouldn't have wanted it any other way, says Wicklow Chairman Pat Dunn and President Jackie Napier were on hand to present the Jim Connors Memorial Shield to Wicklow captain Andy O'Brien. With that, a wonderful afternoon of fun and hurling came to a close on the field. So it just shows you pictures there. And then I was just going to go to now to see Blessington. I see Blessington won 3-11 to Avondale 5 points, and that was a good result then on that. And the Wicklow ladies, the National Football Division 4, Longford 2-8, Wicklow 1-13, and the main scorers then on that, the Wicklow scorers was Aoife Gorman 1-1, Niamh O'Brien 1 point, and Sinead McGettigan at 8 points. So that was a good result there for the ladies. And then the hurlers, the Wicklow hurlers, it was Wicklow 1-15, Roscommon 2-12, so that was a draw. Late Jermaine pointed free ends a draw with Rossies. Shawnee Jimmo, he was good. He played a good score there. So that was Bosco's first match. So Wicklow on the score. Shawnee Jermaine scored 8, and Gary Hughes has won 1. Dan Redmond 1 point. So it's just going through that, see what was the thing. And then Wicklow lost again in Division 3. They're not doing well. They only have about 3 matches left. And I just hope they don't go back to Division 4. It looks that way at the moment. And the score then in that were Clare 2-15, Wicklow 8 points. It was a terrible loss. And I just hope they get their form back, which they played very good last year in Division 4. So just hope Oisin gets them back together on the board. And then no hangover from Van der Fleur's HIA, and that's the plan. And Wicklow's Ronan Dunn wins hard line in Tasmania. Kilmechanic's Ronan Dunn salutes the crowd after his fantastic win in Tasmania. And I was just going to go now. Wicklow, I think, are playing Offaly in Tullamore then on Sunday, and I think some Wicklow hurlers are playing tomorrow. So I see now is any other. That's the Bray People news now. I thought I'd go through that now and see is there anything else on the news. I have a few pages open to the RTE news. the preview matches. There's a good few matches then on this week. Mayon Roscommon in Hastings Park. So that's on 7:30. That's on tomorrow. And Derry in Dublin, Celtic Park. That's at RT2. That's on Showdown. That's match. And it make interesting. Kerry vs Tyrone. That's on Sunday. And then Cavan and Mead. That's on Saturday. That's on tomorrow. Cork and Kildare. The TG4. That's on Sunday. And Donegal and Louth. That's on Sunday as well, and that'll make interest. And then Limerick and Clare, that's in Wicklow's division, and that's another match down in Sligo. It's probably down and win that. Offaly and Wicklow, that's in O'Connor Park, so that's going to be a hard one. I just hope Wicklow get the act together, and I hope they win it. Antrim, Westmeath, Corrigan Park, so that's another one. So they're the main matches then and that. And it just says Liam, Naked Gun reboot starring Liam Neeson set for 2025, I see. And then Simon Delaney to host Sunday afternoon Lyric FM show, I see. The Late Late Show now tonight was had Olympic people on it, and it was a fairly good show. And a bit about, your sport. So that was the main thing that was on it tonight. So I just thought I'd go through that anyway. There's nothing about Mr. Trump there. He was mocking something. I did record soundbite actually. He does quite a bit of mocking. He's not a very nice man, but people still vote for him. And I don't know why. He is a cold man, and he's not nice. And I just hope that he doesn't get in. That's what I'm hoping. So that's all. I did go through the Irish Times. I didn't go through the Irish Times. It just says more about the weather there on this. Unexpected snowfall gives way to hail and sleet as drivers warned of dangerous roads. Orange level warning could have been issued, but extent of snow took Meta end by surprise, said forecasters. And then court dismissal appeal in dispute over payments for use of private hospitals in pandemic. Mary Lou McDonald follows in Lincoln's footsteps at Unity Summit for Irish American backers. And online abuse putting young women off political careers, according to this. Dublin Zoo Ortanga Sapu, the Zen monk of Phoenix Park, dies at 45. That's sad. That's a sad story. And Michael D. Higgins to remain in hospital for weekend. So that's the main stories then on that as I went through the Irish Times. I hope you enjoyed my podcast today. My Saturday show. It's slightly, I went through the Gaelic, the top matches there, and there was soccer matches played as well, and I think Shelbourne won, Damien Duff. I go through that table again when I get it, and that was the main score then as I was looking at that. So I hope you enjoyed my show today. I'll be back with another show again. And as I was saying, I'm planning a live debate show, a topic creative media and well-being, and we have 2 guests lined up, so I'm planning that at the moment. So I'm in pre-thing for that show, and so I hope you enjoyed my show there this week, and I'll be back with another one. So goodbye for now, and keep safe.